The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And no run back on the opening kickoff. It'll come out to the 25. Right to the air is Jackson. Over the middle, complete. It's Hawkins. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
Nice little nifty play for him there. Yeah, that's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line. This defense for the Bears, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
From the 41, Jackson. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bears are going to take possession of the football.
A part of why they came to this week with a winning record is that they feed off of mistakes like this. And now it's a prime opportunity. Just moments in the game to get a short field touchdown off of their big defensive play. Now, on the other side, they were already the underdog in this one. They just made their uphill battle just a little bit tougher.
Well, quite a turn of events. This is first and goal from the 3. Now it's Fields. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. They'll try again on second and goal after going backwards to the 12. Another try after the first down sack. Fields. Touchdown, Bears! Velus Jones, his second touchdown on the season. And the Bears take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now remember, the last time out, they threw the interception. That led to the touchdown, so now time to regroup.
It certainly is, and their goal right now as they go back out on the field, a calming drive, something that takes the ball, keeps it for a while, lets the defense relax a little bit, lets the offense regain confidence in their game plan.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. So the completion good for 7 there. And now 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
When you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, first down. The defense surrenders a 13-yard pass play there on 3rd and 1.
And that's how you shake off the interception you threw on the opening drive, come back and throw another strike and gain nice yardage. And I give credit to two people on this one. The man throwing the ball and the person calling the plays. They're not shutting him down early in this game.
Now Jackson on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit. As tight ends go, he might not provide the super flashy plays very often, but he's pretty reliable. Usually an excellent target and normally catches what's thrown to him, but he didn't on that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 42. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. To throw is Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. And he's going to take this down close to a first down at about the Bears' 34. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
A first carry for Rachaad White. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Throwing is Jackson. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
That's a good effort there after the catch. He looked the ball in and then tried to get it to the goal line. What a nice tackle to get him down. But they're set up well now. 1st and goal at the 1.
Jackson's going to try the sneak. And this time he breaks the plane. He's in for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Bucs are an extra point away from evening this one up. Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. A break there for this offense as they will get a chance to start at the 40-yard line.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this and most of the time you don't, it's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10 at the 40.
Out of the gun, Fields.
He's got the hook up to Odell Beckham.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Fields on first down.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss.
Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
Well, that's not an easy play for a defensive end because most of his responsibility has him getting upfield and working, but how about his vision to see where the play was going, crashed down inside, and tackled him for a loss.
He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. A real letdown defensively. That was 3rd and a bundle, but they allow the conversion.
1st and 10, it's Pierce.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown.
Velus Jones.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bears have taken the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
The extra point up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. After that last score we just saw, now 14-7, so a chance to march down the field here, try to tie this football game.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on 1st down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and it forced an incompletion.
Now whistles here before the snap. Looked like one of the Bucs may have moved. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Jackson to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence, and that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Here's Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And the 1st and goal play they drew up. Multiple defenders in to bring him down to the ground. The 1st and goal looked like things were set up nicely, and now all of a sudden on 2nd and goal, Charles, a big challenge ahead of them.
And you have to know when you're this close to the goal line, things are going to happen faster, so you've got to get the ball out quick. Not going to have much time in the pocket before the defenders bring pressure.
And he's got his big tight end here. The catch good for 6 yards, but now it's 3rd and goal. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Jackson. Trying to force it to Allen, and it's intercepted. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. So his great start to the season continues. He found the end zone time after time in the opener last week, and he does it again here in week 2.
And Brandon, we have a lot of coaches tell us week to week that there is no momentum, there is no carryover. Every game is its own entity. But after what we saw him do last week and now punching one in here, I'm starting to think that there is a carryover, and he's feeling it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 21-7. And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
2nd down, here's an option right. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the 1st down. Now it's Jackson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
Now a first carry for their fullback. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. And he will find his big tight end over the middle. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 36. Up the middle they go. It's Hawkins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Jackson now. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. On 2nd and 9, Jackson. That's going to be caught. It's Chenault. And the Bucs are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Jackson. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. John Mechie, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point up and through. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with a 7-point lead, they'll likely look to take this to the locker room and not really press the issue. That's complete right side to Kmet. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
He's going to sling this deep downfield, and that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
A very limited time left to get into field goal range before the half, and they tried to get it all on one throw right there.
They tried the throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they will bottle him up behind the line, and now will they use a timeout? So we come upon halftime here at Soldier Field with the Bears out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Set to resume. Here we go with the 2nd half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
On 2nd down, here's Pierce. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long. Fields now to throw. He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Two things you can do in that situation: run it and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the 1st down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take... Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
On the ground, it's Pierce to begin the drive. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Fields steps away to his left. Lets this go for Renfro downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Not the best of plays there as a quarterback. You're right-handed, rolling left, trying to throw it that far downfield.
I remember a coach of mine saying, son, that's the equivalent of trying to get the car keys out of your pocket with your opposite hand while you're trying to run. You just can't do it.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. On 2nd and 15 now. Jackson. That's out to the flat for Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the play. 3rd and 7 now. Now Jackson. Open man is Mechie, and he's got him. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now this offense hoping to avoid the 0-2 start. They trail, but they've got a 1st and 10 here. Straight ahead, Gibson. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Jackson will dump that off to Gibson, complete. And the line to gain here is the 37 on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Jackson across the formation. He's got a man. That's Allen. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Jackson.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
There he goes, and for good reason. Running with it has paid dividends earlier in this game and earlier on this drive. And until they prove they can stop him, I don't think he's going to be shy about continuing to run for first downs instead of airing it out.
Throwing on 1st down, it's Jackson.
And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
The offense schemed going 5 wide, trying to create a chance for the big shot, and they took it. If he comes down with that one, that's a huge offensive swing. But credit the defense with a nice play, knocking that one away.
On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
We know that old expression, it's not my night. It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 3rd down, Jackson. And this is going to be intercepted. Greedy Williams picks it off.
And the Bears are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
He's going to go up top again. He's got a man complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
A huge play there for Chicago. 65 yards. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Running it out of the gun with Pierce.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
Now Fields.
This is caught. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Chicago.
Justin Fields.
His 3rd touchdown of the game and 4th on the year.
And the Bears are on their way to a 2-0 start. We talk so often about how hard it is to win in the NFL when you turn the ball over. And here a late turnover leads to a 4th quarter touchdown and a 2-score lead.
And what's more important is being able to take advantage when a turnover presents itself. You've got to come up with points to make the other guy pay. They're able to do so here, and they've got a pretty good chance now of winning this football game.
The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember, last drive, they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in the second half.
From the 27, Jackson.
Connection made with Chenault.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
From the red zone now, here's Jackson on 1st down. Under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure. And it's a loss of 6.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down.
They'll try the left side with Gibson.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Play action. It's Jackson. And they'll get this down to the 10. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 10 yards out.
And the Buccaneers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a one-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, it's one thing to grab it with one hand, but when you make a catch of that distance, quite another.
Yes, sir. I mean, that one right there, we keep talking about the high-flying antics that we're seeing from receivers nowadays. Doesn't matter what spot they start in. But when it actually does happen in the heat of battle, it brings me right out of my seat.
That one goes for 16 yards. It sets them on 1st and goal. I'm assuming they're keeping this football on the ground, right?
I would think so because you're looking at the clock. That's in your favor. You look at the geography of the field, right, where you are. That's in your favor as well. Keep it on the ground. Keep pounding. Run that clock down. You got everything.
And he is in. Touchdown, Chicago. A great play there with his first career NFL touchdown.
And the Bears are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead.
Extra point right down the middle. And the lead is up to 15 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work. Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
A give up the middle to Gibson.
And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Jackson to throw on third down, eluding the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Marcus Davenport, the first rounder out of UTSA with a sack.
Well, you can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now, and if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front 7. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
And he's going to have the Bucs first down, and they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Jackson to throw. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle, so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down.
Now Jackson.
Looking left side, and it's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game.
Here's Jackson. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Jackson.
And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. A big seam, and he might go all the way. The 40. Past the 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick 2, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. That one looks like he'll throw here. Flushed out right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's Fields.
Throwing left side, it's complete. And they just took a timeout with 2 seconds to go. This one obviously decided. Not sure they needed to take it, but we'll take it with them. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. This is taken at the 15.